I used to think I was just bad with money. I was 28, earning decent money, and had almost nothing to show for it. I had the right outfits, I had weekends away, I had a car I was quietly drowning in payments for. And every month I'd look at my bank account and think, where does it all go? That's when I started obsessing over one question. What does wealth actually look like? Not on Instagram, in real life. And what I found completely changed the way I see money. There's a man in your city right now worth $4 million. He drives a 2018 Honda CR-V. His jeans cost $40. He brings lunch to work in a paper bag. And on the same street, there's another guy who leased a $90,000 BMW last year, posts vacations in Santorini, and wears a Rolex his credit card is still paying off. Here's the question nobody asks. Which one of them is actually rich? And more importantly, why do we keep getting this wrong? By the end of this video, you'll understand a psychological pattern that separates truly wealthy people from everyone else. I call it the invisible rich. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Today, I want to walk you through 3 things. First, why genuinely wealthy people actively hide their wealth. And it's not modesty, it's strategy. Second, the psychological trap that keeps most people looking rich while staying completely broke. And third, the one habit that almost every self-made millionaire shares, that almost nobody talks about. Stay with me for that third one. It's the thing that surprised me most when I found it. Let me start with the obvious question. When you picture a wealthy person, what do you see? A big house, a flashy car, designer clothes, an expensive watch, bottle service, private jets. That image didn't come from nowhere. It was sold to us. Luxury brands spend billions every year making sure that when you see a $12,000 handbag or a $200,000 car, you automatically associate it with success, status, and arrival. And it works. It works incredibly well. Because here's what actually happened in consumer culture over the last 50 years. We stopped measuring wealth by how much someone has and started measuring it by how much someone displays. There's a term for this. Sociologist Thorstein Veblen called it conspicuous consumption. The idea that we buy things not for their usefulness, but to signal status to the people around us. And social media turbocharged it completely. Now you're not just seeing your neighbor's new car, you're seeing thousands of people every single day showing you exactly what success is supposed to look like. The problem? Most of what you're seeing is a performance, not reality. A 2023 study from Emory University found that people who scored highest on measures of financial insecurity were most likely to engage in conspicuous consumption. In other words, the people spending the most on visible status symbols are often the ones who can least afford to. They're not rich. They're performing richness. I was performing richness, and I didn't even realize it. And the truly wealthy? They figured out a long time ago not to play that game. Dr. Thomas Stanley spent 30 years studying actual millionaires in America. Not TV millionaires, not Instagram millionaires, real ones. His findings, published in The Millionaire Next Door, genuinely shocked me when I first read them. I literally stopped and reread the page. The average American millionaire lives in a house worth less than $500,000, has driven the same car for 4 or more years, has never paid more than $400 for a suit, does not belong to a country club, and has never leased a vehicle. that last one. Let that really sink in. The average millionaire has never leased a car because they understand exactly what a lease is. A monthly fee to drive an asset that loses value every day and will never actually be yours. It's a product specifically designed to make you feel like you have more than you do. I was spending money on clothes I barely wore, dinners I was photographing more than eating, and weekends away that looked great on stories and left me with nothing. I thought it made me look like I had it together. It was doing the opposite. Stanley called people who build real wealth prodigious accumulators of wealth, the ones who keep. Then he described the opposite group, people with high incomes but almost no real wealth, the ones who spend. These people weren't poor. Many of them earned $200,000, $300,000 a year, but they spent everything. On the house in the right neighborhood, the car that matched the neighborhood, the clothes that matched the car, the vacations that matched the clothes. Every raise immediately absorbed by a lifestyle upgrade. Every bonus spent before it even arrived. They looked wealthy. They felt wealthy. They were broke. That was me, just on a smaller scale. And here's where it gets really interesting. This is the part most people completely miss. Stay with me. Why does this happen? Why do smart people, educated, hardworking people, fall straight into this trap? The answer is two psychological mechanisms working together. The first is called lifestyle inflation. And I want to be clear, this is not a character flaw. It's a completely natural human response. When you start earning more money, your brain recalibrates what feels normal. The apartment that felt luxurious at $40,000 a year suddenly feels cramped at $80,000. The car that was perfectly fine last year feels embarrassing next to your new colleagues. Your standard of living expands automatically, often without you even noticing, to match whatever income you have. Economists call this the hedonic treadmill. You run faster, but you stay in the same place. I got a raise at 26. Within 3 months, I had a more expensive apartment, a new car, and a gym membership I barely used. My bank account looked identical to what it was before the raise. The second mechanism is social comparison. In the 1950s, psychologist Leon Festinger showed that humans instinctively measure their success against the people immediately around them. Not against people in other cities, not against historical figures, against their direct social circle. Which means, if you get promoted and all your new colleagues drive Mercedes and take ski trips, your brain quietly starts telling you, this is normal. This is the baseline. You need to match this. It's not vanity. It's deep wiring. And the system knows it. But here's what the invisible rich figured out. And this is the reframe that changed everything for me too. They chose their comparison group deliberately. Instead of measuring themselves against the highest spenders around them, they started measuring themselves against their own future financial goals. Instead of asking, do I look successful to the people around me? They started asking, am I actually becoming who I want to become? One question leads to a BMW on a lease you can't afford. The other leads to a brokerage account quietly growing in the background. The moment I switched that question, everything started to shift. I want to show you a real example of this. Warren Buffett, one of the wealthiest people alive, still lives in the same house he bought in Omaha, Nebraska in 1958 for $31,500. He drives himself to work. He eats McDonald's for breakfast. He drinks cherry Coke from a can. Is he doing this because he can't afford better? Obviously not. He does it because he genuinely doesn't want better. Not because he's depriving himself, but because he figured out early that those things don't actually make him happier. And that's the secret the invisible rich share that almost nobody talks about. They got very clear, very early, on what actually matters to them. And almost none of it required spending money to impress strangers. Nobody taught me this. Not at school, not at home. I had to find it myself. And that's exactly why I'm here. Remember that third thing I mentioned at the beginning? Here it is. Across Stanley's research. Across interviews with self-made millionaires. Across behavioral economics studies on wealth accumulation. One habit shows up over and over again. It's not investing, although they invest. It's not budgeting, although they budget. It's not discipline, although they're disciplined. Here it is. They track the gap between what they earn and what they keep, and they protect that gap like it's their most valuable asset. Because it is. Your net worth is not your salary. It's not your house. It's not your car. Your net worth is the gap, the distance between what comes in and what goes out. A person earning $60,000 and keeping $15,000 a year is building something real. A person earning $200,000 and keeping nothing is running in place, no matter how expensive the sneakers. When I finally understood this, I stopped asking, how do I earn more? And started asking, how do I protect what I already have? That one shift moved me further in 12 months than the previous 5 years combined. The invisible rich are obsessed with that gap, not with appearances, not with what the neighbors think, not with the car or the watch or the neighborhood, just the gap. And they protect it from lifestyle inflation, from social pressure, from the endless noise of a culture that profits from convincing you that you need more to feel like enough. Here's the uncomfortable truth this video is really about. Most people are spending money they don't have to impress people they don't even like, to feel like they belong in a life they haven't built yet. I did that for years, and it kept me stuck. And the people who have actually built that life, they look completely ordinary. They drive sensible cars, they live in normal houses, they don't post their portfolio. They don't need you to know, because real wealth doesn't need an audience. So the next time you feel that pull to upgrade, to level up, to keep up with a standard that someone else set for someone else's life, I want you to ask yourself one question. Am I building wealth or performing it? Because only one of those actually sets you free. If this shifted something for you, subscribe. Because next week, I'm going deep into the psychology of why we overspend after a hard day, and the science behind why your brain literally cannot help it. It's one of the most eye-opening things I've found, and I don't want you to miss it. I'll see you there.